Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. It's time for the Siege of Vienna. We're going to move in the main army. We're also going to bring in these reinforcements to join us. Most likely, I mean, we're going to win here, and then we're going to have to fight this one later on. So hopefully I'll be able to complete this battle without too many casualties. And we will be moving north to secure the bridge. Or what I could do is I could send forth a smaller force, actually, to take up position at the bridge. Maybe the cavalry. And then the town will be reinforcing that. And so with that, we would be able to... Oh, there's another... There's another one? I like that the pilot says yes when I said there's another one. Right. Same time, the Russians are closing in here. Königsberg would be a nice addition. A nice addition to my empire. But I don't really see us moving all the way out there to attack it right now. So I think we'll have to forego that for now. What else is there? This force is not nowhere near complete as of yet. And Allenby is still not ready for his move. But that's okay. What I might do is maybe I can get more French troops to completely made up of Zouaves and Senegalese troops. They put the... Okay, so they lost a battle right there, and then they send in the their African troops to take position there. It became too dangerous for the regular French, so they sent in just the... Oh, they got Americans! They've put the Americans here as well. Nice. Yes. Let's fight the battle. There's nothing else I need to say. Navy is still a work in progress, and then of course down here is work in progress. Here, not really ready to push forward. Same with here, kind of waiting. So really it's the center. It's an important battle though, since it's an objective region that I need to take. So with that said, let's go ahead and break the siege and break straight into the town. If given how many times Vienna has been completely, taken over by the Italians, at least 2 times, maybe the Russians made attempts on it as well, I would not want to live in Vienna at this point, given how many attacks have been conducted on it. They've got a lot of heavy artillery. I'm guessing though they're not going to deploy it, and I might be able to destroy it without that. As we're going to face a second, maybe a third army, I don't want to go too heavy in on this in terms of losses. We're going to try and play it as smart as possible. Maybe I should have brought in the anti-tank snipers. I'm pretty sure they can actually deploy ahead of the normal line, right? Possibly. Partially damaged walls. There are no walls. It would be interesting if they actually if they could like redo the castle into maybe like a main sort of dirt redoubt in the middle or something, but it's probably quite difficult. With that said, let's go ahead and actually fight the battle, shall we? Pretty straightforward as per usual. I've gone ahead and split the troops into different brigades. So we got the Scottish one, then we got Australian one, we got a smaller Australian one, just really to keep an eye on the 2 machine guns, which I intend to advance here, kind of wipe out this part. Then we've got a mix of New Zealand infantry and then regular British infantry that's going to move. Actually, I want to move them further here. And they're going to move up and try and get rid of the cavalry. I've hidden my Australian cavalry in the woods over there. Artillery set and ready to bombard the enemy. With that said, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start by moving up the machine guns to the right position. I'm going to move the smaller unit of Australians forward that position, and we're going to move the second one over there. We're going to move the Scots to this position. These will be set in motion to move upon the enemy. Alright, so we have the barrage. As predicted, the enemy is not setting up their artillery, which means that I should really be targeting other units to kind of break them up. Really, I guess I should really be focusing most on the cavalry on this side, as there's where the Australian cavalry will strike. I don't need to move that much further until my machine guns can actually start spraying down the Austrians. We got Royal Austrians. It's all Royal Austrian infantry. So we might get away from this battle without too many losses. Heavy bombardment over on this side. We haven't seemed to have done that much though. Except right here where we can see the gas has definitely done a number on some of these Austrian units. The artillery hasn't done, unfortunately, that much to the cavalry. Same here, we can see gas has done quite a bit. Right, machine guns are in position and can kind of target some of these units. I doubt, though, at this range and at this angle, they'll be very effective. Not really noticing that anyone's taking massive amounts of damage here. We're gonna go ahead and advance further. Gonna get the Scottish in here, and then the Australian will move up to aid in that advance. And the New Zealanders have made it halfway. They're gonna make another step forward, closing in on the enemy. There's still a lot of Austro-Hungarian cavalry, so still not sure I want to go ahead and... What I can do is actually move around and attack them from this side. Oh, now they're moving forward. I'm gonna halt the two brigades that are moving forward here and have the Scots open fire upon them. Let's have the gas fire over here instead. The enemy isn't moving, and we've had this problem for quite a few battles. It's not... It really really sours the mood of the entire sort of battle when the enemy isn't really putting up much of a resistance. Especially not even deploying their guns. Even if they just deploy their guns, they could do significant amount of damage. A lot of the cavalry is now broken up here. I would really like for my infantry to advance into the forest, but that comes very close to the enemy. The brigade on this side has moved into range of the enemy. As I think the machine guns are pretty safe, so I'm gonna move these two units up. And we're gonna see if we can maybe drag some of these units up into the range of the machine guns. Get the main line to start to do battle with us. And as they do that, that will hopefully mean that The Austrians move forward into machine gun range. They get utterly destroyed in the process. Enemy general destroyed. We got some units moving forward now. Some of these could definitely start to come under machine gun fire. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell machine guns to hold fire and then restart. Maybe pick better targets. Doing good work here. The cavalry is getting destroyed and we're running up this flank. We've got a movement forward here of infantry. Number of units. The gas is coming a little bit close to our own. I think we have started to target these guys with machine gun fire. Yeah, we can see machine gun fire coming in there. Seems like a little bit of a waste to target that unit when there certainly are bigger units. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull these units back and drag these guys even further into machine gun range. And then we can see about wiping these guys out just with machine guns. The Australian cavalry will move in. Take control here in the back. I think we've wiped out that one unit. And now these guys are coming on the flank fire. As well as machine gun fire. They won't have a good time pushing through the forest. And now gas is coming down upon them as well. I think this unit is now suffering from machine gun fire. Yeah, they're losing tons of troops. It's 8 machine guns, most likely just targeting this unit. Slowly just whittling it down completely. Telling the Australian cavalry here to set up and start firing on the enemy. And the Scots to move through the woods. Set up. We could deal with the small units, the big one not so much. So the Australian will retire. At the same time, the enemy over here is getting annihilated. Especially due to the machine gun fire. Soon enough. We'll go back now to targeting the center. These units getting completely torn to pieces. The Australians will advance further. I want to end this side now. It's gone on for way too long. I'm going to move up the New Zealand brigade. Destroy those. These guys are now breaking apart. Can get the Australian cavalry come in completely from the back. And from there do an assault towards the center if necessary. So most of these are gone. I'm gonna order now machine gun fire on this unit. So it's gonna get gas, machine gun fire, and they're walking straight into the fire of the Australian brigade, which is waiting for them over there. So they're getting all the horrors of World War I. Machine gun fire, gas, and Aussies. Right, most of the Austrians are actually retreating here. So it's only this one that is left. Surprised that they hold on. Even to the point where they're advancing into our fire. Good luck to that officer died, brought his unit, that unit to ruin. I don't think anyone survived that. Completely annihilated the unit. Brave but foolish. Right, there we have it. We didn't take too many casualties, and hopefully the replenishment rate should be good. But I imagine the town having been conquered or attacked and conquered so many times before, is not a great hub for replenishment right about now. Here's the result of the battle. I'm actually quite surprised at how few losses I had. I thought I might occur more, but only 285. That's very low numbers compared to the fact that we were meeting an army of 3,000 men. A lot of it, of course, is the fact that the enemy was very inactive throughout the battle. Gas projectors did a lot of work in this. 800 kills. If they had brought those 4 heavy artillery pieces against us, there would have been... I imagine we would at least have lost 1,000. I'm sure my artillery would have done short work with them eventually, but they'd still be able to inflict a lot more damage on us. But there we have it. Quite a painless attack and conquest of the Austrian capital. We can go ahead and loot and sack it, but what would be the point? Would there be... I mean, is there anything left of this town? I don't have any money to go ahead and repair anything except for the military infrastructure, which is actually... Oh, we actually get pretty good replenishment. And we don't need to... I mean, there's 2 Austrian armies. We got this one over here, and we got this one over there. What I'm going to do is the Australian cavalry will push forward to the bridge. Oh, preparado, you say? And we should be able to replenish them if the enemy moves on them. I would have moved out the general to join them just so they could get the reinforcements, but they haven't actually lost that many, so it's not that bad. With that said, let's go ahead and end turn and see what the enemy comes up with. Technological advance, improved machine guns, wonderful. Letter of demand from Austria, no surprise. Workers on strike. Vienna has fallen. The Habsburg will be turning in their graves for, you know, at this point they've been turning in the graves for like this is the 3rd time it's been captured. So I'm guess they're spinning to the point where we could probably generate electricity to run some of the factories in the city. Trained gain. Expert politician. Recruitment report. We've got ships. Oh, the first tank has come about in Romalia. Can I build tanks here? Yes, I can. As soon as the factory is repaired in this region, we can actually build tanks. Ah, it's going to take 5 turns to get the factory in town. It's going to take 11 just to fix the that bloody what's it called? Oh wait, there was Austrian Navy here? I'd missed that. I thought I'd sunk all of them. I guess at some point they were able to build more. There's the factory building. So that's going to take 4 turns. The one in here is going to take 5. Damn. I was hoping we'd be able to get that sooner. Right. Currently it's really the rebel army to the north that we need to deal with. And then we're gonna have to deal with another attack. Maybe bring in some interesting troops. What I'm thinking, proper mounted infantry might be useful. Maybe. Should I switch them out for my Australians? Late machine guns. We have early, I think. Yeah. Thing is though, yeah, the accuracy for the new ones are actually quite a lot better. Even with these having a lot of experience. Can't believe the Austrians never managed to get to 3rd set of tracks. Or the 3rd level of tracks. Maybe just spam some interesting units here. send against the Austrians. The Austrians haven't been doing a lot of good, so what if I do a special force of flamethrowers, Canadians? What I'm thinking is the 3 Canadians go in first to cover for the flamethrowers. Then they retreat and we start to just spray down the enemy. I mean, there's not going to be another revolt until this one is subdued. So I'm thinking we're just going to go ahead and continue on and destroy this force, leaving only this to be the viable route for the enemy. Except if they're gonna go through here, which I don't think, because then they probably would have gone here. Surprised the Russians have been able to hold on to this area for as long as they have. Scouting all over the place, trying to find where everyone is. Oh, the Russians have now laid siege to Königsberg. I'm gonna send my obviously there's no, I'm not gonna get the area, but we have been fighting with our allies quite a lot in this campaign, so let's fight with the ones that we haven't fought with, which is the Russians. So we see if we can help them out over there. With that said, let's go ahead and have the second battle here, where we take on Martin Kallenbach. It's the exact same army. No, there's less of the heavy artillery. But now they have one that I'm pretty sure is stationary. So they will actually be able to fire back at us. We won't just destroy their artillery in seconds. With that said, let's have Horace Smith Dorian commence on his victorious campaign and go through and destroy another Austrian army. Hopefully ridding us of this force to the north. Similar setup here for our second battle, where I've divided them into not divisions, brigades. We've got the New Zealand one, they're going to move up to the forest. We're going to have the Australian one, which is now bolstered by the 2 other units. So it's 5 units. They're going to move through the town, attack through there. And then we've got the Scots going to take the high ground over there and swing there. We've got the machine guns moving forward, and they're going to pepper the enemy through this corridor. The Australian cavalry, there's no real good place to kind of set an ambush to move them quickly forward, so they're going to be kind of set as an ambush in case the enemy pushes forward to try and take out my machine guns. With that said, let's go ahead and start. And I'm going to start by getting the Australians going, because that's probably going to need a bit. And then we're going to move forward these. And I want to get these troops in towards the forest as soon as possible. And then we're going to get the Highlanders going as well. Right, everything's going good. Looks like the Austrians here are actually... Not only are they advancing on us, all their guns are actually firing back at us. Maybe I spoke too soon when I said I wanted an actual competent enemy. And the gas should definitely be firing towards the center. Okay, there's quite a lot of them coming here now. Machine guns will hold. I really don't want them to take the woods, but then again, I'm not in a position to move that far forward. We're gonna let them move like that. The Australians now will move up on the flank and be able to attack on the flank as they move forward. Luckily, they haven't actually targeted my artillery. They've targeted the Australians that are in the town. I don't know why you decided to go into town. There's cavalry and crap coming through the town. I'm gonna just tell the infantry to kind of hold up in areas here around town, just because there's loads of cavalry coming in. Right, the machine guns are wiping out the rifle cavalry. And then if the Australians can get a move on, we can actually also protect our artillery. I want you. Okay, now both focus on the cavalry. We're firing on the cavalry inside from town as well. Machine guns absolutely murdering the Austrians. There's a lot of Austrian troops coming forward here. Gonna need to turn this flank up. Prepare the cavalry. Okay, they're gone. Fire towards this unit. I think there'll be maximum damage. As much as I would want to continue firing on these, I need to break the units coming in through the center here. Alright. Come on, Canadians. I mean, Scots. Get up into the flank position. Absolutely annihilate these guys right here. Still holding strong there, which I don't like. Time for the Australians to move in. I'm gonna move around, I think. Try and hit them in the flank. The enemy is coming really close here. Not sure if I like that. I can't really hit them with everything except for the howitzer. Okay, here comes my cavalry. Ready to strike the enemy in the back, hopefully. As that is happening, I want the infantry to move forward. Just because seeing the unhappiness mounting among some of the cavalry units here. That's actually working pretty well. I'll go on to the next one. There's a lots of Austrians coming out of the woods there. We need to prepare. You'll go into the house. How about you move forward like that? And then you move here. And then you move there. Could you possibly move forward? Something like that. Or machine guns focus on that. Okay, the cavalry needs to retire from heavy losses, but they were able to break up those units. Can I get focused fire on this? This turned out to be a lot more of a fight. I don't think I can hit that one with the machine guns, unfortunately. Shit. Coming straight for my guns, and I can't really do anything. Except with the general. I'm relocating the machine guns. Maybe they can get flank shot in there. Most of the enemy's gone over here. New Zealand troops will be moving that way. Regular infantry that way. Right, come up around. Okay, the enemy was broken. I'm moving all the troops that way. Go back to firing on the troops up there. And then we have the 2 New Zealands coming in. Small unit of Australians. We got my general shooting up the flank here. We got plenty of troops moving through the town, wrecking with these. The Scots, have the Scots move towards the artillery instead, and we'll deal with the enemy. You know what? Charge them. You will still hold and fire from that position, but I want my New Zealanders to charge. The artillery will retreat. Oh, and so does the Austrians. There's no point in actually chasing those. I'll have the general chase them, but that's about it. Right, the enemy over here was sent away. Let's have the Australians move together with the Scots towards the enemy's artillery position. Regular troops move forward. Can we get back on our guns to punish the enemy? Let's see. Fire for the center guns. I still have my Australians, but still the enemy rifle cavalry. That could be difficult. Let's see, how's the general doing? Fighting about dealing with those. Right, the two other batteries are ready and set to start bombarding the enemy. Scots are in position. Right, they're shooting everything up there. Means that the... Oh, there we go. We are victorious. The enemy... We broke down all the enemy troops here. It's going to be interesting to see the statistics on the machine guns. I gather that they slaughtered quite a bit. They slaughtered quite a bit indeed. I want to also make sure that as few of these Austrians remain. But I think there's no doubt on that. So I mean, the first battle wasn't that interesting. This one definitely was. The enemy even was able to bayonet charge my artillery position. And machine gun fire, we got everything. You know, I managed to put troops in a house. We had a city battle, machine gun fire, cavalry charges, everything. Everything that I like. It's going to be completely hectic to try and cover all of this in the end screen replay, or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, it's high time to go back to the campaign map and take a look at those statistics. Here's the result of that battle. So we lost a lot more in this battle, 1,000 men roughly, compared to 2,700 of the enemy. Not too bad in terms of the friendly fire. It's about 300 men. It is, though, a third of all our losses. So it's still kind of bad. All units survive. That is good. Let's go ahead and take a look at who killed who. General managed to get 66 kills. So you know there's going to be a high number of kills in this battle. It's not actually that high. Machine gun got 400. That's, you know, 12 people managed to shoot down 400. Gas projectors didn't do as much, but then again I mostly had them targeting the enemy artillery. Then we got Australian infantry, Australian infantry, and so on. Machine gun didn't actually do that much, as it seems. Not as much as I thought, given that they mowed down at least 3 cavalry units that were moving forward into the attack. And there's like 115 each, so that's 450 men. And then we had, you know, infantry upon infantry walking forward and being slaughtered by the machine guns. But clearly not, because we only killed a little over... a little less, actually, than 500 men. We got the Battle of Lundberg. We're gonna be moving back to the town, to Vienna, to recover. We of course lost 1,000 men there and 300 earlier, so we are really in need of replenishment. But this was a good episode. I really liked the Battle of Lundenburg, I should say. Really nice battle. Hopefully in the next one we'll be able to mop up some of this, and maybe we'll join the Russians if they decide to actually attack Königsberg, or if they're just going to siege it out. I guess the Germans will sally forth in the last one, but we'll get a combined battle there with our allies. But yeah, there's not much more to say, is there? And given that I just had 2 battles in this episode, probably means it's quite a long one, so I shouldn't tally. Right, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.